Hello, my friends. I'm Rick, and this is your seat at the table, and we're going to look at something that's kind of old. Well, it is old, and may be rare now. I do not know. This is approved for the use with Traveler. Traveler is an awesome game system. I mean, I'm sure if you played it, I don't need to tell you just how good of a system it is, and it's gotten better with age. It's improved. From what I've watched a lot of as a third party observer, I've watched a lot of people playing the game and then posting their sessions on the internet and listening to how they play it, and listening to the rules, and in my mind, it's definitely improved. Uh, Unfortunately, like I said back when I was a young man, money only went like today. Money only goes so far. So I chose to focus on this, this, and this, and those were games I didn't get. And so I had a friend who did, but we no longer, we since parted ways many decades ago. Anyway, so this particular one was from that era, and I got it in part because not just because it was not because it was with Traveler, but because of what it was and what it represented, especially back then. So this would have been 1986 by GDW, copyright 1986 by Digest Group Publications, Traveler materials published by Game Designers Workshop, and a copyright of 86 by GDW. So we have 101 Robots. 101 Robots. Now from the authors of Book 8 Robots. Here under one cover are 101 different. Now I didn't actually add up all these, but I would be surprised if there's actually 101 damn robots in here. I think it's exaggerating, right? So we'll look at early information back in the 86. There wasn't a whole lot of game reference material for robots, and let alone a whole book on them. And there were some scatterings in the early Weston Games version of Star Wars, of course, for droids, and their take on that stuff. But it wasn't it wasn't until later that they came out with more filled in or fluffed out material on the subject. And other game systems like the Traveler Basics, the rules themselves, Space Opera's basic rules, they had sections for this stuff, but there wasn't a whole lot of direct information on it specifically. So the a lot more sunlight coming in than we did before, didn't we? Because Missy's got the window open over here. So we get robots, type of robots, the robot description, robots in society, robots additional consideration, master-slave robots, electronic circuit protection, retractable appendages, multiple head, etc. So we got new design features, new skills, so performer, musical, cinematography, agriculture, janitorial, just goes on and on of all the different skill sets you can have your droid do or your robot be programmed to do. And then we get into a bunch of examples. Obviously, as it goes on, it becomes more progressively complicated or complex. These they call flat-out Dumbots. So you've got your animal care, assembler, bartender, cargo hauler, deskbot, heavy aggro. Just like any game system, you're going to find the various tiers of what these robots are capable of, and how much of a threat and or how much you can utilize them based on that sort of information. So we get into, here is recreational riding bots, valet bot, tour guide, trash bot. What are you trying to get up there, Missy? What are you trying to get? A pet bot, private eye, road bot, desk bot. She just keeps opening and closing that curtain. Librarian, coach, instruction, secretary, general work bots, starport mechanics, courier bots, waitresses, lab technicians, hostile environments, taxis, planetary rescue, boxer, prospector, cargo handler, camera operator, expert chef, couriers, weather control, professor, despot, translator, shuttle, artisan, interrogation, security, super guard, law enforcer, courtroom guard, traffic slave, high security guard, legal eagle, ship shepherding robot, armed ship shepherding robot, military recon robot, experimental infantry robot, heavy warbot, light warbot, medium warbot, battle expert robot, drone warbot, battle media bot, bruiser robot, baby bruiser robot, nursing assistant, dental robot, ambulance attendant, medical expert, LSP medbot, automatic medical booth robot, governess administrator, the Sambingus robot, which is some kind of organic robot. And then we get into the synthate, then it very briefly talks about the very latest version where you make them as human seeming as possible. Anyway, I paid $7 for this book, and back in the day, and I've used it quite a bit in my early stage when I was trying to figure out and understand how robots would interact and how broad and wide ranging that they are, because in a lot of game systems I think they get underplayed. There are systems where you would literally think you're tripping over them everywhere you go. They should be in that prominent, that many. Star Wars doesn't go far enough into how many robots you should see per person, in my opinion. I know it's not necessarily something that they want to do CGI wise and special effects wise, but I'm just saying. So anyhow, that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Till next time, guys. It just irritates me to no end.